Um, Cindy, before we get started, can I go ahead and get your ID, please? Yes, please. One 75714. Thanks. And which call center are you in, please? Denver. Okay, thank you. Okay, Cindy, so first thing I want to do is get into my account and have you tell me what the notes from my last phone call look like, please. And then I'm going to tell you what's going on and ask you to help me check it out. Okay, thank you. Hold on just a second. Let me... Okay, we just verified. What phone number do you have just in case you need to call me back in case we get disconnected? Right. And no, Cindy. The thing is, sometimes have technical difficulty at very important times with my phone service, and I want to make sure that if we're at a very important part in our phone conversation and we've reached some kind of epiphany, I don't want to be disconnected and then be unable to get back to you. So, do you have a good phone number on your screen that you can call? And what phone number is that? All right, hold on. Okay, perfect. Not that I completely believe you, since I have some pretty weird experiences calling into Spectrum, but there's nothing we can do except for trust each other until we can get some kind of video calling done, I guess. So have you got my stuff pulled up so that we can look at my notes from my last phone call, please? From... And you're in the Denver call center in Denver, Colorado, right? Okay, well, yes, I know, security department, but I wanted to make sure it was Denver, Colorado, not, okay. Yeah, I have a pretty big problem. I think I'm getting a lot of, I suppose what you would call it is internet, home network invasion going on. And so I'm trying to get my home network squared away, but it seems to come straight from Spectrum. And so the security on my computers is also probably compromised. I keep buying more security, but I'm not being able to secure my network. I'm pretty sure so one of my computers actually has ended up dead out of this. I need to find a way to extract from the hard drive, but I did speak with someone at your... Okay, I guess before I start with you, I need to make sure, what does your notes say about my last call from this morning? Is that when you see the last phone call from me? You don't have a call into Spectrum from me this morning? Okay, because I think I actually went to a fraudulent call center today, and that is part of my problem as well. Because right before I called you, I called in, and I spoke to someone who refused to give me their, because this morning, this morning I can't access my router again. Typically, I've had quite a bit of trouble setting up a router because routers let me see other devices connected to my network. Routers let me see what type of internet I'm connected to. It shows me whether I'm connected through a local internet or whether I'm connected to a regular internet. I've been fighting to get to the regular internet for 2 years. It seems like I had a corrupted network adapter on my one computer. Anyway, so we finally did. I've had tech visits come. We finally did get this router connected. Then I had problems with it again. Then I was able to get it connected. And now again, I'm not able. So yesterday I left the house for the first time since being able to connect, well, the second time since being able to connect it. So that's one thing that went different. It doesn't look like anyone was in my house. I don't know if the router's been reset. But because I haven't been able to access it, I need to know what it looks like from your end before I go trying to reset it again from my end, because I really want to know and figure out what's going on. So once again, okay. No, I have a Spectrum router. I have a modem from Spectrum, which is an Aris modem, and I have a Sage M-Com router from Spectrum. And what do you, what, it's not my personal router, it's a router from Spectrum. What router are you seeing? Do you see a Spectrum router? Do you see a Spectrum modem? What do you see from your end? That should be your router. Correct. And I can't log into it either, and this is a problem that repeats. Like I had it up and running about, I mean, this is the longest. So on September 30th, something happened. You guys did something from your end in the fraud department, and I saw a change in the name of the network that I thought was one of the networks that's abusing my network. And then I did have my network be a singular network for the first time in 2 years. That lasted about 2 days, maybe even only 1 day. So on the first, again, on my event log on my computer, I was able to see a pattern of events with an unauthorized device and an unknown keyboard device accessing my computer. I disabled it. There was a call through my phone line from the person that I suspected had placed that keyboard onto my computer as an unauthorized device install. That keyboard came back online. I disabled it again and reset my modem, and then my whole computer went completely. So then that was 2 days of, and then I was offline for whatever amount of time, and then I had the text come. So I called in. It must have been the 19th, and I spoke with Philip in your department. Does that show in your notes? Okay, and then Philip and then Philip and Mason rolled me a truck, and so then the techs came. I've had problems with my local techs, and so the supervisor came, and we did kind of get it connected at that point, and then it lasted for about 2 hours. No, that was the previous time, and then Philip sent somebody, and God, I'd have to look back at the notes. So we got it hooked up after the 19th. Then it lasted for about 2 hours, and then the problem came back on, and we couldn't access the router again from your end or from my end. So they sent the techs, and they installed another router. No. They left. Okay, so I went and picked up a router. I installed it. It worked for a little bit, and then John and Aaron came and installed yet another router, but they left the old one with me because I wanted to get the event log off of it. So then the new router worked briefly, and then I had to call in again because it didn't work. And then they brought Ross, who, that's my last visit, was Ross and John, the supervisor, and Mike, who was supposed to be a trainer. And so technician Ross, we got it all up and running. Then there was some other additional stuff, but I took care of it myself. And now today, again, I can't access my router or sign on to my network. And I called in and I got some weird agent, and there's weird billing stuff going on. And in fact, what happened is I asked for tech support, and it told me I had this huge number for a bill, which actually has been an issue before. And so then I asked for tech support, and the computer started warning me about a $5 fee if I worked through my bill at tech support. And the computer actually refused to connect me to tech support and kept kind of badgering me about this $5 fee, $5 fee, $5 fee. Are you sure you want to go to a customer service representative? Yes, technical support. So then they put me through to billing. I got this person who called themselves Apple. I asked for their ID. They said their ID number was J1B. I asked for what call center they were located in, and they refused to give me their call center. They told me that she said that she'd check, and then she came back and said that her call support center doesn't give that information out, and she did. She offered, I said, well, I would like to talk to tech, no, she offered to put me through to tech support. I said, no, I want the fraud department, at which she seemed surprised. There wasn't any hold music. I sat there for about 5 minutes, and then I hung up and called your number. And I think actually this, let me look. Was this is the second time? No, I was on hold. I was just on hold for a long time. So that's what's going on. And then you're telling me that you can't access my router from your end again. And so I guess we need to get someone to come out and bring another router, because I can't